Investigator Leinfelder, now that this is on screen, are you able to recognize a photo of what is on? I guess, what can you tell us about what is on the screen?
Yes, this is the interview room of the Houma Police Department. On the right side of the video, you have Ms. Phillips, and at that point she is seated and writing out a written statement.
And in the, I guess, is this the interview? Or is this a recording of the interview I was previously describing?
This is a photo of the interview, yes.
And how can you tell?
I've watched. I was there and also watched the interview on the computer after the fact.
And up in the top left corner of our screen, is that I guess, what is that?
It's a time and date stamp. It's dated February 23rd, 2019. It's the day of the week, which is Saturday, and the time stamp on this photo is 9:54 and 54 seconds a.m.
And from your memory and what you've testified to here, does that sound like an accurate time of when you interviewed Ms. Phillips?
Yes, like I said, I believe that we walked into the interview room right around 9:30 in the morning, and she started working on her written statement. So yes, that's an accurate time. It would fit the time.
So I'm now messing, I guess, for lack of a better term, with the scroll bar. Can you just identify about how long this video is?
I'm
looking at the bottom.
The bottom here,
Yeah.
1:54 and 42.
And this is beginning at, it looked like...
That's about the 21-minute mark.
Okay.
21-minute 02.
You had indicated you had watched this interview before. That timing that I'm talking about, that time frame, does that sound accurate to you as far as how long it was?
Yes.
And do you believe this to be, from what you can see and the indicators you've made, a true and accurate copy of this interview recording?
Yes.
I'm going to request that this exhibit, pending if there's any further objections to authenticity throughout playing it, but right now I'm going to ask that it be submitted as evidence and permission to continue with the recording.
Subject to future objection, no objection.
Okay. Received.
And it can be published.
Yes.
Just for the record, I'm going to move it back to the beginning.
So, Investigator Leinfelder, before we begin playing, is the timer now at 00?
Yes, it is.
And the top left, is that timestamp? What is that at?
Same date, 9:33 and 51 seconds a.m.
For the record, I'm going to jump ahead about 1:30. I guess I jumped ahead 54 seconds just so.
And before we begin, Investigator Leinfelder, did anything to the best of your memory happen in that first 54 seconds?
No, that was the time that the recorder was starting, and then we entered the room.
Possible sponsorships. You got TV. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, you bet. Rick. Sometimes it's easier to put your thoughts down.
Cool.
In a written form. Obviously, it'll get you going on this.
Okay, I have to get my glasses on.
Which cheaters do you use?
Well,
The
these
125s or the?
I have no idea.
I just
The 1.0.
The camera system is your email. Do you use that goes by email system?
Oh, it's a Mark's email.
And pass and as it pass, you know what his email address is that it would go to?
No, I have all the passwords.
Okay.
So, well, let me look, but I'm assuming it is his So M. Phillips at yhic.com.
Oh,
Check in my notes, I have everything.
MPHILLITS.
Oh my God, we should change our address. Oh my God,
Oh
sorry.
my God. Oh, correct. And what?
YHIC, Your Home Improvement Company.com, so YHIC.com. And I can almost guarantee.
Why?
Capital PHILO 7024.
PHILO 7024.
Capital P. Actually didn't have that one written down, but I'm fairly positive that's going to be it. I don't even know what the date is. The 23rd. Can I start this?
Yeah, just basically starting from when you left last night, you went to dinner, everything you told me. You went to Sloopy's, had wings, pizza, blah, blah, went to the dive for the drawing. When things got a little, an argument may have started, just in that kind of deal. More specific you could be, better. If you can't be specific, completely understand. Yeah, no, not like that. Just other things that, whatever you think's important to put into that to tell the story of what happened last night, the domestic situation. I am going to let you work. I'm going to go to the bathroom quick. I'll check on Kimmy, make sure she's squared away. If you need anything, just open up the door. Give me a holler. But I shouldn't be gone very long.
So I don't even know what to do because here I forgot all about the physical part that I didn't write in there.
Okay, you can just, you just want to insert it, you can just make a, you just continue on, you just continue on. So you can put little asterisks here and then go back on another piece of paper and put
How
that.
stupid are you, Lori? 'Cause I
No,
was trying
it's
to-
your mind's racing a million miles per hour. It's tough to do these things, but no, I'll get you some more paper. You don't want any soda, water?
Actually, I'll have a water. Please,
Water.
thank you.
I've stopped the video at 17, looks like 26, 17:26. Investigator Leinfelder, I'll try not to interrupt too many times, but I guess you're talking about what you said about the asterisks. Is that, I guess, what is that? What does that mean? Asterisks here, asterisks there.
I will tell the individual, like, put the asterisk where you think if you left something out and you want to fill it in, mark a spot on the paper to show where you think that should have filled in, where you want to fill it in. Again, I was instructed, do your best to give me what's important about the incident and go from there. So
when I had asked you about supplementing statements, is that how you would notate that asterisk?
yes.
And does the location of the asterisk correspond to where it was supposed to be in the statement, or no? Or is there any timing weighted at a certain time?
It appeared that it fit, I guess, to answer that question, it appeared that it fit in the timing of the of where she was writing the statement and of events that she was, the important events in her mind of where they were.
But you yourself, you didn't instruct her to do anything special.
No, I didn't. I basically put the asterisk. I didn't tell her where to put an asterisk in.
Let the record reflect we were starting again at 17:26, exactly where we had paused. So, Your Honor, I'm just, because we're making a written record, we had a fumble at council table with a water bottle. If I may have permission, I would like to, the video right now is stopped, it looks like 18:05. Would we have permission to go back just a little bit? In case the disturbance cut off the video, or just keep going?
I just keep going. Can I ask, is the volume all the way up?
The volume's very hard to hear after the stoppage.
It did move the microphone the way it was pointed, so
Okay. So you're doing the volume off the microphone? You're not doing it through the system, in other words.
So no,
I have, it's connected to the system, but somehow it is going through my device.
Okay. I don't know, keep playing it. It's a long video, keep going.
Starting at 18:05.
All right. They don't, hopefully they'll be able to get in. If not, they might try to do it with your phone, if that's okay. I'll let you know. Water.
What is that? I don't know the two hotels' names.
What?
I don't know the two hotels' names.
You told me Comfort Inn,
Comfort Inn, yep.
and then, Baymont.
Okay.
That's correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I get your water.
So I need to add when we were outside of
Oh,
the dive.
okay. So just start with like an asterisk there and, click on that. Make sure you put an asterisk where you want to insert it, I don't know. And then, okay, and then do the same, yeah, right there.
Literally can't. Can I turn my cameras off?
Um, yeah. Can you turn the alerts off? Cameras on, turn the lights off? I don't think we need to keep the cameras on. I don't want to shut anything down, really. Actually, you know what they might do is just that guy that's trying to download or look into that might just give him the phone. So, try to do that. The video, whatever is there.
Stop the video at 26:22. Investigator Leinfelder. What cameras are you talking about?
The blink cameras that are at the residence, when they're on, there's motion detection. So anytime there's a motion detection on the camera, an alert goes to your phone, and I believe similar to a text message. With officers being at the residence, there was lots of motion going on. So Ms. Phillips was asking if she could turn the cameras off so she wouldn't be distracted by that.
And that was due to what was still happening at the residence while this interview was happening.
Yes, with the other officers that were still at the scene. The volume was a little bit low when you started that back up after that last button.
Are we at maximum? Starting at 26:22 again, where do we at?
I'll see if that guy's here. Sorry. He needs to unlock. Is there a code or is it just your thumb or?
The code on that one is 081895.
0818.
Brandon.
Okay.
He got mad because it was Hunter, so then he switched.
Don't want to feel left out. I'll see if he's here. We'll just look at it. You get that puzzle driving us nuts. You can look into that. You're okay if you could dive into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
he did. And I'm like, right here hurts. I don't know that I can call it a bruise because I haven't even looked. I haven't even changed my clothes.
I'm pausing at 29:35. Investigator Leinfelder, I guess it looks like you're looking at your phone there. Is that accurate?
Yes.
What are you doing? Are you doing anything of note there?
A lot of times during interviews, information gets relayed back and forth through text messages from other officers, other investigators that might be on the scene of an incident, trying to give a heads up. Could be me relaying information back regarding in this instance, maybe the camera system that they have on the home security camera system they have in the house. So I know in sometimes it appears that we're distracted or we're doing other things, but in these instances where we're doing interviews, we're either receiving or delivering information that we're receiving as we receive it, so we have a better understanding on what's going on at the scene, what's going on in the interview room, and basically that's the context of me looking at my phone.
So you're actually doing something relating to the investigation?
Yes, that's correct.
Replaying the video at 29:35 where we had paused?
What do you call the step thing that you get into the truck? What do you call it?
Side rail or step?
The last thing I wanted you guys thinking he's a bad person, though, by reading this. Because he certainly wasn't. He just had a jealous reaction.
You said you had a possible bruise here. You
No, I haven't.
grabbed by the neck.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything or not. Yeah, me in the middle of the truck. There should be an earring somewhere in the truck, too, because every time an earring is missing, so.
So I'm saying, read this. Just say. So we went to dinner at Sloopy's with Hannah Klinsky and Adam Stevens. We met at 4:15 p.m. We ate, or approximately. We ate and went to the dive for an 8 p.m. drawing. After the drawing, we were leaving to come back to Holman. We were going to go to Beecher's drawing at 9, and we ran into Scott Cundy. When we were leaving, Scott Cundy asked us to go to a car that had just pulled in to say hi to Terry LaFleur and his wife. Mark said, going to get the truck and met back at Terry's truck. They all went to Mark's truck to talk. Got into the truck and we left. Mark accused Terry of coming to the bar to see me. He accused me of sleeping with him. Asked. It's written in the
That's
asterisk.
just last night. I mean,
Yep.
that's just, like, he's never brought Terry's name up before in his life.
So that's where you put the asterisk. Just Mark pulled me into the middle of the truck and was holding me down. He had me in a chokehold. After getting away from Mark, I went inside to be with friends. That you were still at the dive.
Right.
Yep.
Only
I was
outside.
missing my left earring and had.
I just said sensitive because but I don't know if
sensitive
it's a
area,
bruise.
your right chest and neck area. I got a bruise on the back of the leg.
Yeah, I can feel that one.
Getting out of the truck and hitting the step rail. It all happened quickly, and I don't know what all happened. We got into a heated argument, and I asked Mark to take me to the back to the dive, so my friends would take me home. I talked to Hannah Adam. We asked if
Yeah,
they
I've
would
got
take
all
me.
of the phone things, so I don't know if you guys do
Sure.
that.
Mark dropped me off and took my phone. He took my phone to call Adam 4 times. Mark ended up coming back. I drove, and I messed up there.
Ask me about that.
And he asked me to go outside with him to talk. I started to walk over to go outside, but he made a comment. I turned around and went back.
I can't remember what he said, but I was like, there's no way I'm going outside by myself with him.
He went to the other side of the bar and talked to someone he knew. My friends were going to leave, and I told them I'd be fine, and we were going, and went back by Mark. Everything was okay. He texted me at 8:52 to say, I'm so sorry. I love you. Shortly after that, we left to go home. He brought up Terry again and got really mad. We argued all the way home. When we got home, I told him I was leaving. He said he wanted to get his things out of the truck. He was on the passenger side with the door open, and he got mad and started running over to my door.
Running. Yeah, he
Running.
ran over to, yeah.
Running over to my door. When he got to my door, I took off. His door was still open, meaning the passenger door that he was
Right.
getting his stuff out. I turned right out of the driveway and it closed. I drove.
One thing I forgot about when I was telling you this is I actually pulled into a subdivision to see if Mark was following me.
Okay.
And this car came up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be a cop, it's going to be a cop, and I'm going to get in trouble here because I've been drinking. So then I just like waited for it, and this car just pulled right into their driveway, right into their garage. So some white SUV. And I mean, I'm sure I can go exactly where I was.
I drove to a subdivision down the street, pulled over to see if Mark was chasing me.
There was a car behind me.
A white truck pulled by me and went to their garage. From there, I started looking for hotels. I located Comfort Inn. I went there, but they didn't have any rooms. I went online to get a room at Fort Baymont. When I got there, they stated I rented a room for Saturday night. They didn't have any rooms available. I drove to Woodman's, used the bathroom, and then back to a lot to park and sleep across from Baymont.
Right across, there's like something. I don't even know what it is. It's like a vacant.
Yep.
Well, I don't think it's vacant. I think it's a business, but
It's a little dumpster place, I think.
I don't know.
After a couple hours, it was cold. I got in the front seat and drove home. I went inside and went to sleep on the couch. I didn't want to upset Mark by coming home, so I got up and went upstairs to sleep. In the morning, used the bathroom and walked down to our bedroom. I wanted to confront Mark
I was like,
And
you're
get-
going to apologize.
and give an apology.
Do you want me to do 1, 2, 3, 4 for you?
Have him, he wasn't in the room. I went outside to see his car was in the garage, thinking he went out with friends last night. That's when I saw him laying in the snowbank. I went inside and called the police. They asked me to lay him on his back, but he was too heavy for me. Anything you didn't, going through that, and you didn't put in there that
No, I don't think so. I just forgot that one portion that. This is just so crazy. So crazy.
So on your, what time was it?
You can check my phone.
I know. I can get that. What time, do you know what time it was when you, so it was probably before 9 o'clock. You got home at right around 9 o'clock, because did you go to the features for the 9 o'clock.
Nope, we went.
She missed that, so between 9 and 10 o'clock, you think you go.
Yeah, it was well after 9 o'clock because I remember looking, oh, well, we can't go there now. Because we were still at that.
Still at
dive bar.
that bar. Okay. And any approximate idea of what time you think that you would have got?
I can check text messages between Hannah and Adam and calls and stuff because they were worried.
And that should probably be on the video. The time, because your alarms, your cameras were on.
Right,
So that'll show, the cameras will show the time that you came in.
for sure.
Time. Let's go over my quick notes that I took.
Did I tell you we just got married in December 29th?
No, I didn't know. Let me, I think our timeline might be, but if we can, I want to see where they're at with the phone, the camera. That might box our times a little bit better, so we have, so we can get us better, so. Or I guess with the match or anything. I'll, see. Good.
home.
Okay,
So he didn't wake up knowing I was coming home.
okay. And how do you do, is that easy to do? Is it just a click?
It's a button.
Just says off, on?
Says disable or something.
Yeah, it just turns him off, then it won't alert his phone, because he gets, as those alerts you were getting, he was getting the same ones. Every time there's a motion, you both get alerted to it. Okay, so you turn those off, and that's just a disable.
One little button. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We turn mine and off all the time.
Okay. We want to get the text messages and stuff
Okay.
off of your phone. To do that, I got to just have a sheet. It's a consent form that allows us to do that. So, and you've given us verbal permission, but they always make us do this. So I'm going to get a form for that, and then I'll be right back. But I'm still, they're trying to, I think they were close to being able to use the email and password to get into the camera system. So I'm just waiting on that. But I'm good. You good in the bathroom? Anything? Water? You're still good. Grab that. So you put your name there. Now I get my name there. 'Complete search is basically, this is the generic boilerplate work. List the devices, if you want to read that. List of devices and other related materials stored media for the purpose of examination. And today's date is
23rd, wasn't it?
23rd, yeah, time is 10:19. I guess it's not on there, just 19, so I'll witness it. Brand name,
I don't even know what model I have.
serial number, put in what's the phone number for the phone? And you already gave me write the passcode. Put passcode above that. I'll see if I can get the model and serial number quick. What kind of case is on that? Life case or?
I don't even know.
It's an Apple iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. You don't know what number?
I don't think it's a 10 because I didn't like the 10. I think Mark and I both had 8 pluses.
Okay.
I think.
All right. And put just above there, just put possibly 8 plus.
Like model?
Model, yeah. Okay. Hang tight.
Oh, baby.
God.
So when you were at Sloopy's, everything was fine.
Perfect.
And
Perfect. Mark and I got along so good. Everything was perfect.
have you had disagreements, arguments like this in the past, like a jealousy thing about other guys and stuff like that? Did that happen often? And I don't want to, we're not speaking ill of anybody, but we just need,
just when he drinks.
okay.
And I didn't even think he was drinking that much, so I can't even believe it.
Was he just drinking the ultras?
The big Steve Cundy, we hadn't seen, no, Scott Cundy, or Scott Cundy. We hadn't seen Scott Cundy for a long time, so Scott came over and talked to us, and he's like, hey, you remember, whatever the guy's name is, Terry LaFleur, and I said, yeah. He goes, of course you do, and I go, what does that mean? You know, because Mark was sitting right there, and I was like, well, what does that mean? I said, I've never been with Mark or Terry before. And he's like, oh, he's coming here. So then when he came, Mark's like, oh, well, Scott called him and told him to come to see you. I said, and he brought his wife? Does that make sense to you, Mark? So then when we were on the phone at one point, because I had to take, of course I didn't think of this either, when I took Adam's phone, Adam's like, he's calling me again, and I just took it. And he's like, I'm going to come back, and I am going to punch some people out. And I said, do you want me to go over by Terry right now, and you can ask him if he came here to see me? So I walked over, he said, yes. He goes, and I'm going to come and punch his face off. You know, like talking like that. And I said, Terry, I said, my husband thinks that you came here to see me. He goes, that's crazy. And I said, Mark, he said, that's crazy. So, of course, Mark didn't believe it. He was sitting with his wife at a totally different area. We weren't even near them. I was with my friends.
And you hadn't had, you knew Terry from back in the day, kind of.
Probably like I knew you, like I knew of you.
Yeah, but not really weren't ever.
Right.
And why do you think Scott thought it would be a big?
Just, and I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, you know, chapter 2 days or whatever, he bartended there. I didn't know he bartended there. Chapter 2 had so many bartenders. I didn't know that. But so that's what he was associating it with. Lori Gamuki with Ghost Chapter 2.
So this would happen when Mark would drink. Was Mark a big drinker? I mean, did he drink often, or what?
Mark works in the cities. Yeah. So Mark works in the cities Monday through Thursday, comes home maybe Thursday or Friday, and then then in the weekends we just spend time together like nonstop. We are inseparable on the weekends because we love to be together, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
He was such a good guy.
Somewhere around here. There you go.
We had so much fun together. That was the whole thing. He's like, I've never been with anybody where we've had so much fun.
So you got married, how long have you just got married in December, you told me, and then how long have you been together prior to that?
Since 2016.
Okay, so you've been together quite some time. So when he came back, I mean, Do you think he was, when he was up in Minneapolis, he was drinking a lot, or would
No, he didn't drink at all during the
always
week.
working?
Never.
When he came back, you guys just kind of, describe your drinking habits now, that when you got home, you know, out to dinner, have a couple drinks with friends, that kind of stuff?
And then go home.
Yeah, okay.
Normally, we would, or just stay home and have, like, drinks in the hot tub, and we'd catch up on all of our TV shows.
Sure.
Like, we just, that's always what we did.
Okay. All right. And the times that he would get in arguments with you, was there other times that he got physical with you?
Yeah, I mean, like, pushing. He's never, like, punched me or anything.
No.
He's never done that. Just, like, pushing and stuff. He just gets so angry. He gets so angry.
Is it different things that he gets angry about, or is it other?
So he always explained it, and so that I could try and understand it, he said, if I ever feel like someone's trying to take you from me, or I'm going to lose you, he was, I can't control what happens in my mind. He says, I can't help it. I can't help it. So when that happens, we just have to deal with it, and I'm just like, I just can't even believe that he makes these things up in his head, that it just gets in his head and he can't let it go.
After an episode like that would happen, where he'd go, like the next day, how was his behavior? Would he?
Always sorry. He was
Yeah.
always sorry. He texted me immediately,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't respond because I was still pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course you're sorry, you know, is what I was thinking in my head.
The incident last night was on a scale of other incidents. Would that be as far as the physical aspect?
He's always told me, he said, I would never ever hurt you, ever. So, I couldn't even believe it. And I'm not even gonna lie, I made a scene outside, and I'm like, you know what, you put your hands on me, I'm done. I'm never ever, I'm done with you. You just go live your life, go. And that's when he stormed off, or took the truck and just peeled away.
Were your friends anybody outside when your friends saw that too? Would that have been
Oh, yeah.
Hannah and Adam and
There was people outside smoking.
Okay.
Hannah's dad was out there, so Hannah's dad saw it all too. Bob Klinsky. You know, it's just so sad because it's the first time her parents had met him, and he made such a horrible impression on them.
Adam was there too.
Yep.
Was Scott out there, or
At that time, I don't know.
Terry, or anybody else that you would have known that was
No.
with you guys? Just that. So
Yeah. There was people
Hannah,
outside.
Adam, and then Hannah's dad, Bob.
Bob was definitely out there.
Would have saw that.
Because I remember walking up to Hannah, and I'm like, did you just see him peel out? And she's like, I just got out here, so I do remember her saying that.
Okay.
But when he did it, and there's a parking lot. So he, like, tore off in the parking lot, and then when he got onto Ward Avenue, then he tore off again. But, like, there could have been people parked or walking or just anywhere. He just got so angry.
So then he peeled off after that happened.
And I said to them, you know what? I know he's going to come back. He will come back, so don't worry about
Had
it.
you guys left the parking lot when this happened? Because you were getting in the truck and you left, and then
We left, and then I had him bring me back because he was not sane at the time.
okay, and that's when he was grabbed, and he grabbed you by the neck.
Mm-hmm.
How far down do you think Ward Avenue?
Honestly, I can't tell you.
Okay.
I can't even remember where we were. Like, I was just, like, in awe. I just couldn't
Yeah.
even believe it.
Okay, so then he came back and dropped you off there.
Tore off.
You had a conversation. That's when Hannah just walked out, and Adam.
But her dad was outside.
Her dad was outside when. Did you have conversations with Hannah and Adam about what happened?
Oh, yeah,
when you
we had
got back
plenty
in
of
there?
texts and them phone calling me in. Because they
so
were worried. They're like, I'll come get you. I said, I'm fine. I'm going to sleep in the truck. I'm fine.
We're back when you're in the dive. I'm sorry, you just said when you're at the dive. So they were outside, Bob, and Adam. Sounds like Hannah just had come out, so she didn't see this. But when you got back into did you have conversation with them about what had just occurred?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then at some point, no, he's got your phone at this point.
He has my phone and I have his because I always carry our phones in that outside pocket.
Okay.
He's like, give me my phone. And when he said that, because he always takes when he gets mad at me, he takes my phone away from me. So when he said, give me my phone, I assumed he wanted my phone. So I gave him my phone, but I still had his.
Okay.
So that's why he was calling from my phone to Adam Stevens. And I had 4 calls in my...
Did Adam have any conversations, with him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He did. I don't know what...
Does Adam, they live in La Crosse?
Winona.
They live in Winona.
They came just to say goodbye to us, to have dinner and say goodbye, since we were leaving.
Okay. So eventually, Mark comes back. Did you talk to him before he came back, or anything like that?
I took the phone and I said, leave Stevens out of this. Quit calling Stevens.
Okay.
Because Stevens kept going, he's calling again, pushing it to me.
Okay. So then he came back. Did you have a conversation with him when he came back?
He was by the back door, which our table was by I don't know if you call it the front door or the back door, wherever you walk in. And not by the bathroom, it's way over there, but so front door we'll call it. And he's like, get outside now. And Hannah's like, and he kept talking like that, and Hannah's like, just go do it now. Just go do it, so he stops.
Mm-hmm.
So I start to come over there, and I start to walk over there, and he said something, and I can't remember, and I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going outside with him. So then I didn't.
You remember what he said?
I don't remember what he said, but
Something enough to say,
Yeah.
I'm not, so that made him more angry. So then...
But then he calmed down after that, because after that he went to the other side of the bar, because I saw him getting a drink, and then all of a sudden I turned around, I'm like, oh my God, Adam, where is he? He goes, I don't know. He goes, oh, he's over at the other side of the bar. So I'm like, okay. So then that's when he sent me the text. And then Adam had another drink, and then
That's
after
what
I
he
got
said,
that
yeah,
text,
I'm sorry text, that's okay, I got you.
and so Adam had a drink, and then after that they were going to leave, and I got the text. I said, you guys, I'm fine, I know he's fine now. And I walked over there, and we try not to make a scene, so I acted like nothing was wrong in front of his friend.
Do you know who his friend was? Okay, doesn't matter.
Somebody he hadn't seen for a long time.
Okay.
But it's this guy, he went on and on, he's like, I've never been this happy in my entire life, like, she's just, I'm on top of the moon, like, he just went on and on, and this guy's like, holy shit, he's like, you're the real deal, like he kept saying, you guys have it going on, and I know we have it going, I mean, I know we were really good. It's just, when he got so angry that he just can't control himself. And I don't know why, and I said, well, you need to figure that out. But...
So at some point you're going to leave the dive. And was there talk about where you were going to go at that point, or just how did you decide to leave? Did Mark say let's go, or you say let's go, or kind of tell me about that?
I'm assuming I said let's go.
Okay.
The guy that he was talking to him, and his wife took him too. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's just get out of here. But driving home, then he starts all over again. I'm like, you need to get over what's in your head. I said, you're crazy, you're cuckoo. Like, honestly, I did say that. Because he just makes shit up.
Is there any... So you went from the dive right directly to home. You didn't stop anywhere else. Arguing the whole way? Or did it stop at one point?
I don't think so. I think we argued the whole way.
Any more physical...
Well, so I guess 2 things I forgot. So when I was at the dive and I was going to leave, because he said he was going to meet me outside, I'm like, oh, you know what, fuck this, I'm just going to leave on my own, because I think he started being a jerk again. I'm like, seriously, are we going to go through this again? He's like, nope, I'm done. So then he comes out and he hits the window on the truck, and I'm like, I said, seriously? And then when we got home, he was inside, and when I was going to leave, so why was he inside? But I don't know, but he runs out and, like coming out like this. And then I'm like, no, Mark, and I shut the door. And then he's like, well, I'm going to get my stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get my stuff in. And I said, take all your stuff that you want. Take it.
So when you got home, you came in the long driveway at the house, correct? I guess...
The second driveway.
The second driveway.
The M driveway.
Okay.
The M and W, yeah.
Okay. You came in there, and he got out and went inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember him coming out like that, but I don't know.
Okay. And you just got out and went into there?
Well, when he was coming out, I was already in the driver's side. are already in the driver's
Yeah,
seat.
so you got out, when you pulled in, he went inside, you didn't go, did you go inside?
I don't think I went inside at all.
Okay, so then you got in the driver's side, and then that's when he came out and was gonna hit the window again. Okay, and then he said, I'm gonna get my stuff out, and okay, go from there then. I was wanting to make sure, I was trying to,
Go ahead, get your stuff out. So he was like getting everything out, and I don't remember what happened again, but then he got all pissed off again, like he was gonna come get me. So then I'm just like, F this, and I was out. I'm gone.
so then he went from the passenger side where he was getting some of his stuff out. You said there was a can koozie, something about
Yeah,
that.
I saw the guy took it down.
Yeah, because they said there was a can koozie out there.
So what he did is he said, here you go, you can keep this because this is all you have, and I flipped it out the window like this because his door was open, so I just flipped it out.
Okay, all right. So he's standing at the passenger side door getting some of his stuff, still angry. You flipped that back at him, or out the door.
No, that wasn't, he didn't even know. He was like,
Yeah, not at him, but he was
over.
close, you know,
He didn't even probably know I did that.
Sure. So at some point he leaves the passenger side of the vehicle and comes around the front of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
He was running for me, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm surprised he didn't just go through, you know?
Okay.
Like, he could, but...
Okay. So, and he gets around the front of the vehicle, and he's coming towards the...
Yeah, to my door.
Okay.
And then I was like, F this, and I took off.
Okay. So he was right at your door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he able to open your door?
I don't know. I don't remember that part.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what...
But at one point, I don't know if it was that point, I'm just like, I hope the cameras are on. Like, I yelled at him. I hope the cameras are on. I don't know if they were or not. I hope they were.
Okay. Was your window down or up at that point?
Oh, up.
Okay. Did he hit the window or anything when you were...
Mm-mm.
So when he gets around the front, you put it in drive, and you're...
Right, when he got over to my side of the door.
And you're
Because it was so dark out, I couldn't figure out where the lock was, but even if I would have locked it, he probably would have punched the window. So it's probably a good thing that I didn't lock it, but
Okay.
either way.
So did he reach for the handle, do you recall?
I don't. It was dark. B, it was so fast. C, all I wanted to do was just get away so that everybody was going to be fine.
Okay. So you pull away from where the truck was parked. He was standing there. What did he do as you were pulling away?
I have no idea.
You know, okay.
I have no
You were
idea. What
just-
I'm assuming is he ran after me.
Okay. Why are you assuming that?
Well, because of where he was.
Okay, I got you. But you didn't notice him there or anything like that?
Oh my God, no!
Well, no, I'm just,
Yeah.
you didn't notice him running after you.
No, but
Not laying
like
in the snow or
literally,
anything.
there was a car that passed the driveway, so I was like, oh God, when I was trying to get out, because the car's probably looking at me like, what the hell?
W or?
It was right off of W. It's a subdevelopment off of W.
Okay. And that's on the left side going back into Holman. So is there after the big S turn, that subdivision, are you thinking?
I think it was.
Or is it, because they're long straightaway,
I think it was
before they kind of come up that little gradual hill and there's a little subdivision.
well, because of where he was.
Okay, I got you. But you didn't notice him there or anything like that?
Oh my God, no!
Well, no, I'm just,
Yeah,
you didn't
no.
notice him running after you.
No, but
not laying
like
in the snow or
literally,
anything.
there was a car that passed the driveway, so I was like, oh God, when I was trying to get out, because the car's probably looking at me like, what the hell?
W or?
It was right off of W. It's a subdevelopment off of W.
Okay. And that's on the left side going back into Holman. So is there after the big S turn, that subdivision, are you thinking?
I think it was.
Or is it, because they're long straightaway,
I think it was
before they kind of come up that little gradual hill and there's a little subdivision. I guess it's not little.
It wasn't. It's new. All I can say is it's newer because it's newer because there were newer homes and there wasn't very many of them that I recall.
Okay. So that was off to the left.
Off to the left.
Okay. And that's when truck pulls into the driveway, you're kind of like startled because what are the odds? And then you start making phone calls to, or did you drive to Comfort Inn?
No, I went online and I
Yeah.
went to hotels near me, and Comfort Inn said that they had a room available. So I just went there. I didn't book it online,
Okay.
and I got there. I was behind some other guy, some couple, because she was coming from the bathroom or something.
That's all by Woodman's?
Mm-mm.
Well, where's
No, that's over by Festival Foods. I didn't even realize it was there.
Oh, yeah,
By
okay, over at...
Ocean
yeah.
Sushi. No,
Yeah.
not Ocean. That's
Okay.
Winona, whatever that place is.
Yeah,
That place is so good.
so that's you went to that one, and they didn't have a room.
Mhm.
You went...
So then I sat in their parking lot, and I went online to find a place, and then I found a place, and I booked the room. And when I got there, he said, no, we don't have any vacancy. And I said, no, I have this text message right here. And he's like, no, you booked your room for Saturday night. And I went, oh, my God. And he goes, I said, do you want your cancellation number? And I said, yes. And I put it right in the text so that I wasn't going to get charged for the room. And I didn't stay at.
That was the payment by Woodman's,
That
correct?
was, yeah.
Yep. So then you went to Woodman's.
And right when you walk in the door, there's a restaurant. I had no
Yep.
idea. I was like, yes.
So you went in the big front doors,
Mhm.
or the big front or the front doors there. And then you went back out to your truck, and
Yep, and then I think that Hannah kept texting me, so I texted her back. And then finally, then it said, this is Adam now, because then Adam took her phone. He's like, this is Adam. I don't remember what he said, like, come back to Winona or something like that. I don't even know what he said. But I remember him saying, I remember us reading, this is Adam now.
okay. And that was on your phone you had now?
My
not-
phone.
Okay.
The phone that you guys have.
Okay. All right. So you decided to just sit in the parking lot, kind of around the backside of Woodman's?
Right where I walked in. Right where I walked in, I was
Right at
parked
Woodman's.
there.
Okay, and that's where you stayed?
No, that's when I was on my phone with
Yeah.
Hannah and
So
Adam.
then
After that, I said, you guys, I'm fine. I'm just going to stay in the truck. And then I went back over to that one spot because I noticed it when I was coming out. I was like, oh, I could just park there. But I'm like, I got it.
So if you're coming out of where you were parked, out of the main entrance, you're going to come out. The little gas station of Woodman's is right here. You're going to turn left to go by Arby's, and it's just right on that corner right there. Okay.
Right across from the hotel.
Yep. Okay. And you slept there for...
Well, I don't even know that I slept, but I was there
You were
a
there.
couple hours probably.
Okay.
And then maybe I did because I woke up and my feet were freezing. So I was like, okay, it's freezing cold in here. But then when I turned the car on to turn the heat on, all the lights are super bright, and I couldn't figure out how to turn them off. So then I didn't want to be sitting there with my car started and then have somebody come up. And so then I'm just like, this is stupid, and I just went home.
At some point, I think you told one that you turned the cameras off because you didn't want to wake up Mark on the way
I did
home.
do that.
Okay.
I did that when I was actually driving, which was not a smart idea at all. I mean, it's easy
And that was
to...
after you had kind of, you stayed at the lot and didn't really sleep, but kind of slept there on your way back home. That's when you hit the disable the cameras.
Correct.
Okay. And you pulled into the driver, looked like you used the first driveway?
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
But where you got home last night, this morning, was right where the truck is
Yep,
now.
I never touched it.
That's right, okay. So then you went in and slept on the couch.
Well, I went to the couch, and that wasn't comfortable at all.
Before you go there. So you walked in and you saw his shoes?
No, well, I walked in, and our back door was unlocked, because he told me, he's like, you're going to leave, and I'm going to change the locks, is what he said, because he's notorious for that. And I'm like, whatever. So when I got home, I didn't expect to actually be able to get in. I would have just left the truck running at home and stayed in there until Mark woke up, is what I was thinking. But when I went to get my key out or whatever, it was open. The door was unlocked. I'm like, that's weird. And the dining room light was on. So I'm like, why is the dining room light on? So I turned that off, and then I just went and laid on the couch, just assuming he was sleeping. His shoes are there. Dining room lights on. I didn't know why that was there, but they're on.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, this isn't even comfortable. Like, my back hurt. Like, the back seats are like, they do this, like, thing, and they're hard. It was not comfortable at all. So then I'm like, I just want a bed. But I didn't want to go to the bed across the room from us because our door was open, so I didn't want to wake him up, so I snuck upstairs, which I've never slept upstairs before in my life. And I just went up there to sleep so that I could just try and get some sleep, and I probably slept for 2 hours.
Okay. You get up. Do you remember what time you got up?
Well, so I got up and I went to the bathroom, and then I went into the room, and then the cameras caught all this, because then when I went outside, when I went to go see if the thing was there, that would tell you what time I got up. Okay. I would say I got up at like 6:30, something like that.
So, on the way home, you disabled the cameras?
So he didn't know that I was coming home.
And at what point did those get back on? Do those automatically go on, or how does that
Nope,
work?
I enabled it once I got home, so that there's no movement then.
Okay, all right. So you got home, you turned it back on. You didn't know that.
I don't even know.
I understand your rationale. You don't want to you don't want his phone to go buzz like it has been,
right,
to wake him up and saying, "Hey, now I'm home. We're going to start this all over again."
Right.
So you disabled it. You got home, and then you turned them back, enabled them back on.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you get up. You go back upstairs to.
I had to go back upstairs. Well, okay.
And you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to get the apology, or.
No, I didn't go back upstairs. I had to go in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I walked back to our bedroom because I was going to wake him up and wait to hear.
Okay. When I say upstairs, I'm sorry. I keep thinking the bedroom's upstairs and it's on the main level. So
yeah.
That's my correction.
The bedroom I stayed in was upstairs.
Was upstairs. Your main bedroom is on the main level there. Okay, now I got you. And you saw that he wasn't there. Did you look around the rest of the house, or what?
Yeah, well, because I'm like, well, where the hell is he?
Mm-hmm.
I even went to our closet because I thought, well, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like just trying to find him. I'm like, did he? I don't know. Did he leave? Did he? So my impression that if the true Mark Phillips that I know, that he would have gotten in his car and went and found his buddies and partied the rest of the night.
Did you think he was really intoxicated during the night when you were at the dive, or
no.
I mean, nothing like really? But you can tell when somebody's like what his normal drinking habits is and how he acts when he's that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we've seen him when he's
right.
over drank and how he acts. What would you label his?
I don't even know how he got drunk. I don't.
He didn't appear drunk to you?
Well, he wasn't sober, but he wasn't over.
He wasn't falling down drunk and swearing.
No.
You could
Not
understand
at all.
and things like that.
Not
he was
at
just
all.
kind of he had a buzz on, for lack of better terms.
And then, he went by the bartender, who I think was the owner, and he was teasing him, saying he was Johnny Wad, which he isn't, but he kind of looks like him. So they took a picture, and he's like, you got to get a bottle of Polish. And I said, let me take your picture, you guys. So I took their picture, and we posted it, and we tagged Wad in it. But then he ended up doing a shot at Polish, which when Mark does shots, that's bad, and he can't do it for his diabetes also, because there's so much sugar in it. Sure. So when he did a shot, when the guy put it down, he looked at me, he's like, I'm not going to do it or whatever. And then he just drank it, and I was like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh, God, here we go again, because this is going to get ugly again. Shots are not good.
Okay. So you're looking for him in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find him. You go where?
To the garage. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go see. He must have taken off last night.
Okay. And that's to.
He told me when he was taking his stuff out that he was going to go to HD. So I assumed, because he's like, and you know what? I'm going to use these 2 bar chips that I have tonight. And I'm like, you go ahead, Mark.
Okay. HD.
Tavern.
Where's that?
HD Tavern, it's a new tavern, and it's on Home and Drive, that's why it's HD. It's right across the Mills Festival.
Really? I can't picture where it would be. Anyway, doesn't make a difference. So you go outside, check the car's there.
I didn't even get to the garage. I I got like 1 step from the handle.
Okay.
And I don't even know why, but I happened to look. I think I just caught something because it just looked like a big black blob, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, then I just couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. Oh my God, it was awful. It was awful.
What did you do then?
I ran to him first, I'm sure. And then I ran and got my phone upstairs. I had to go all the way upstairs to get my phone, and then I brought it back downstairs and I called. And then I just kept it down there, and I had to talk to her until they showed up.
Okay. Do you recall what you said to 911, or how you described what was going on?
I said that I found my husband in the snowbank, and she wanted to know if I wanted to do like CPR or something like that. And she kept telling me I had to roll him over onto his back, and he was like stuck to the ground and stuff, and it was just so gross. Like it's so bad. Ugh. I couldn't do it. So I tried to like push him over, and his hand was like this, so I opened his hand because I didn't know like if he was hanging on to something or what he was doing. There was nothing in his hand. But I tried to push him over, and I didn't get him over. And I said, she said, do you want to do? And I said, no, I can see if the fingers were like blue.
Okay. And I don't want to go into when you tried to roll him over, do you kind of feel like he was like stuck to the ground or frozen to the ground?
It did, but it wasn't like rigor mortis or anything. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
But it was just like his clothes were kind of stuck there or whatever.
Okay. Notice anything else about him? I know I'm bringing in some really, if you're not comfortable going into some detail of what you saw when you were looking at him, I don't want you to go there, but is there anything else that you noticed around him that was unusual or anything that...
No, he just had like his hand here in like one ear or whatever, and he was like on the side like this. I don't know. Like there was snow on his eyes and his lips and stuff. And so I knew immediately. My worst fear is that he chased me down the driveway and slipped and fell, and then I just left him there, and I didn't even know he was there, because otherwise I would have just come back, and then I pull in the driveway today, and I didn't even see him. I had no idea he was there, and that would have helped. Well, maybe it was like 2 o'clock. It could have helped. I don't know. Oh my God, I just can't believe he was out there, like.
You didn't, when you were pulling away, you didn't see him?
No.
Okay.
I didn't, like, at that time, I just had to get the hell out of there. I didn't see him. I didn't know what he was doing.
Just the door wasn't, your door, the driver's door wasn't open or anything? He wasn't in there?
My door was not open. The passenger side was open. But he was on my side.
He couldn't have got the clothing or anything caught in the door because the door wasn't open?
I do not remember my door being open unless if he got it open last second. I do not, but I know that that's what he was coming for, but I can't remember that. That's why it's so beneficial that we have the cameras.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to go check to see how they're doing with the time. Let's help us out with the time frames on your statement that the camera should be able to give us that. So I just want to double check with that.
Okay.
Do you need to go to the bathroom?
I'm going to go to the bathroom again.
Okay.
I just feel so bad that Kimmy's having to deal with all this stuff.
Yeah, she wants to be there for you, so that's. You can go right back in, and I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Stopping at 1:20:46.
Judge, while she is doing that, I will briefly make a record that although it was different than what we saw before, there does seem to be, or there was some brief period where the video blacked out again. Originally, it looked like it was maybe a screensaver kind of thing, or the computer had not been used for enough period of time. I just wanted to note that for the record, that when we did replay the video, it was brief but similar, that there was that blackout on the screen.
Can I comment on it?
Yeah, if you have an explanation.
I don't have an explanation, but it cut out at the 10:39 and came back on at 10:41. So it looked like there's approximately 2 minutes that were not played in that.
I'm going to start up at 1:21 and 22 seconds.
Good.
Oh.
They're still working on that camera system. I don't know what they got working on it. Is there anything that I didn't ask you? That you think is pertinent or you need to tell me that I didn't? You know, I always ask people that because I ask a lot of questions and sometimes I skip over some obvious things that might be obvious to you is not obvious to me. So is there anything that you think that I didn't ask you that you need to fill in a blank or anything that? I know your mind's spinning. I understand that it's gonna be.
It is. No.
Okay. All right. Let me. I really want to try to be able to help you put together your time frame a little bit better, or at least put times to it. I mean, your statement's well written and everything, but I think if we could add some times and when things may have happened, and the phone
Can
might.
they give us the phone just to use until?
The phone might help us do that.
Right.
They're working on that aspect of it. I don't know where they are, but we can. The camera system will probably help so that
For
we
sure.
can figure. Yeah, that'll give us details that we can backtrack on.
Right.
And so let me just do some more checking.
I just hope the cameras are on. I mean, I don't know if they were or not. I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm assuming they were if I had to turn the cameras off to
Sure.
come home.
Yeah, and that's something that sounds like Mark typically would have done. Lock the door. You say he locks the door and
We double lock the door all
double
the
lock
time.
the door and turn the cameras on when you're not there. Things that.
Well,
sometimes
when
it's
he's
kinda-
in the cities, I have the cameras on all the time.
Sure.
Because it just makes me feel safe.
Absolutely, that's what they're there for.
Right. So when he's home, we just don't have them on that often. We turn them off unless if we go somewhere. So if we
Yeah.
went somewhere, then more than likely, we should have turned it on. I thought I saw hair go flying.
And when he's home, would he be the one that would probably turn that on or turn it off? Or
We both do.
We both do.
Yeah, it's a one little button, so it's so
It's
simple.
pretty simple camera.
Right off of our cameras, or our phones.
And so there's a camera, when we're standing on the first driveway, and you're looking at the house, there's a camera that sits there. The man cave, is there one that's there?
On the house, facing the truck.
Facing where the truck was. So right out like the door that I walked into your house with, there's a camera that's facing
On the house, not on the little porch, but it's on the house.
on the side of the
So
house.
you can see the man cave and the garage.
Okay.
And then the last one we have, we put by the hot tub so that we can see if anybody ever tries to go into the barn.
And I didn't see the hot tub. The hot tub's on the back side of the man
By
cave.
the pool.
Okay, I didn't get down that far that there's a pool. So that's on the back side of where that is. Okay. And then there's
So when you look at, you can see, it shows you the 3 cameras. So if you look at the phone, it will show you all 3 cameras. You can go live,
So
you
it's-
can go
first driveway, back door facing the man shed, and then over the top of the hot tub pool area.
looking at the barn. Oh my God, I couldn't even think of the
Okay.
barn.
So it'd be kind of angled. Okay, I understand that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go check to see if they have any luck on that, and then I'll be right back. All right. Trying to think if there's anything. My mind starts when I start asking questions. Sometimes I just want to see, make sure there's nothing that I didn't ask you that is pertinent. I'll be right back. You good? You need anything? Okay.
Oh my God.
Scott, is that Mark's brother? He's here. I'm gonna go, I'll let Kimmy come in and hang out with you. Is that okay? And I'll just talk to him, explain what we know and don't know at this point. All right. I'll bring her in. and Potter here. Is that your other brother?
His other brother.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to them. So, do you need anything? Okay. Be right back.
video at 1:40.
Okay. Go ahead.
Investigator Leinfelder, before we move on from the video, can you please let us know? I guess my question is this the end of this video in terms of time, physical time?
No, it is not.
Can you indicate about how much time you think is left?
14 minutes, 20 seconds, it looks like, by the timestamp.
We've paused the video. Is there anything from your memory of, at this point moving forward, that happens in the last bit of this video that you would like to share?
Nothing of significance.